Hello, and welcome to my personal OD method. My name is Carrie Wolf, and I'm a graduate student at Bowling Green State University in the Master of Organization Development program. This personal OD method is for my class ORGD 6060 with Dr. Stephen Cady. More information on my method can be found at this link here, the tiny URL, and will also be uploaded to YouTube. This method is called Together We Can, and it is intended to help companies that are coming together through merger and acquisition or going through a strategic change initiative. It is really grounded in the company's vision and mission and getting employees rallied around that vision and mission statement. This process should include as many people as necessary to help in the change initiative, both from the acquired company in the case of mergers and acquisitions, and also functional areas outside of maybe the functional area that's being focused on. So cross-functional teams are recommended. As stated, this method is called Together We Can, and it's really a blend method with a few different methods that already exist. Collaborative loops, appreciative inquiry in World Cafe, balanced scorecard, and action review. Each of these methods I feel are very important, and bringing them together really encompass the Together We Can method. In collaborative loops, when companies are going through a strategic change, such as an acquisition or restructuring, it's important to assure that the company benefits from the best of both worlds, and having a cross-functional team is the way to ensure this happens. When people interact with those who don't think the same way that they do, new thinking can be formed and current thinking can be respectfully challenged. In appreciative inquiry, combined with the World Cafe method, it is a way to engage conversations and bring out the best of the organization. In the balanced scorecard method, it helps us document our goals and show us what success looks like. And the action review method is about a follow-up and ensuring that we're doing what we set out to actually do. The purpose of this method is to develop achievable goals that organizations can use to integrate together through engaging people in the entire organization in order to retain the best ideas and concepts to be successful. It is said that people support and defend, which they help create. Involving people from all facets of the organization in the change process will help ensure that organizations are challenged in how they implement change process and that people will support the change. For example, if you're bringing together a finance organization, include people not only from finance, but from operations, human resources, purchasing, any other function or department that you can think of. This will ensure that the changes in the finance department are given critical thought and a well-rounded review and input from other areas. Not including cross-functional teams may lead to people not feeling heard, lower morale, not feeling part of the team that they've just been acquired on or put on, and could be the difference between success and failure. This method is a bit of a journey. This method will be a minimum of 3 days and could go longer depending on the size of the organization. This method starts in self-awareness and team building, really understanding ourselves, understanding our team, understanding how we're going to work best together. Then it goes into appreciative inquiry and World Cafe, understanding what's worked, listening to stories of success, what we need to keep, what we need to change, what has set our organizations apart in the past, what's going to set our organization apart in the future. And then understanding what's wildly important for the organization to achieve and how we're going to get there. So day 1 of this method is going to be all about self-awareness and team building. Understanding the makeup of the team, understanding ourselves, and maybe some biases that we might bring to the table that we're not aware of. As this model is rooted in good and open conversations, it's really important to understand ourselves, our teammates, and then we can have really productive meetings. There are lots of behavioral assessments out there to help us understand ourselves and help us understand our teammates. DISC, Predictive Index, MBTI, these are just examples. So although the first half of the day will be about understanding our predispositions or maybe our behavioral instincts, the second half of the day should be about team building. Doing something fun together, maybe doing something physical together, something like a hike, a golf outing, whatever the team decides they want to do. But the purpose of this day might seem fluffy to some. It's really important because you have to build the trust so you can have an impactful conversation and really be able to work together. Day 2 is World Cafe / Appreciative Inquiry. The purpose of World Cafe is to share success stories so the organization does not lose what's working. In a merger or restructuring activity, that's happening because a company has something good to offer another company. So we must examine those offerings closely and understand how can we work together? What should be kept? What is working? Why is it working? What sets the organization apart from its competitors? How can successes be gained? We must really listen to understand and start to develop a list of wildly important goals that need to happen or things that we can't lose. Day 3 and beyond is about developing our goals and understanding how we're going to get there. How are we going to measure success? And at the core of all of that is the company's vision and mission. We can't lose sight of why we're in business and where we want to go. The core values of this method are their strength in diverse thinking, and we must be open to new ideas and keep what's working. When a company acquires another company, why is that company being acquired? What should be kept? How do we involve employees in this process so they don't feel like outsiders? Really, the core value is very simple. Together, we can achieve anything. Another core value, which is really passionate for me, is to help the company grow and succeed and help the people to grow and succeed with it. A company shouldn't grow and not include its people. Through this method, I wish for a company to grow not at the expense of the people, but with the people. All these methods can be found in the Change Handbook and the Liberating Structures book. Lots of information is found on the web regarding these methods, but if you're looking for more information, the Change Handbook and the Surprise Power of Liberating Structures are places you can find more information. I like to close on my method with a quote from Henry Ford, who took a company to extraordinary heights. Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my personal OD method.